Hola y bienvenidos a la segunda semana, semana 2. So I want to just welcome you to the second week of class, and I'm just going to go over some of the objectives and the homework assignments that you will have this week. Okay, so again, you will be watching the video in this section here, which is not up yet. And in this week, you are going to be able to make small talk about yourself, including information about your occupation, profession, your origin or nationality. You'll be able to talk a little bit about the weather, state your likes and dislikes, ask and answer questions about how others feel, and identify the difference between cognates and false cognates, as well as recognize some of these words in written and spoken language. So, you'll be taking a grammar quiz on the material in my Spanish lab. You will be recording dialogues 1 and 2. Dialogue 1 gets turned in on Wednesday of the week, which is January 18th. Dialogue 2 will be Sunday on January 22nd. Okay. Then you will read the textbook. You'll complete any corresponding My Spanish Lab activities, and you'll take the quiz in Blackboard. And don't forget to log in. Okay, don't forget to log the 2 hours of your language and cultural contact each week. Okay, so la lista de tareas. Okay. Again, here you're going to find semana 2, the plan. Okay, and it's also here. Now you want to make sure that the My Spanish Lab, all the exercises are done by 11:59 p.m. on January 22nd, which is a Sunday. And this week we're going to be covering pages 8 through 32. So you want to follow the detailed plan to help you stay on track. And I always suggest, reading those book pages and then doing those activities. And then if there's a quiz in the middle, take that quiz before you go on. Okay? You will, Okay. And so that's basically what I just said right there. Then you'll complete the quiz. The last 3 activities of the My Spanish Lab homework is going to be your quiz this week. They're 10 points each, okay, but you only have 5 minutes for each one. There's also a quiz in Blackboard. Okay? And you want to make sure, too, that you're logging in your 2 hours. Now, the quiz in Blackboard are the palabras asociadas con la salud, words associated with health, and this is found in your vocabulary list, found on page 31. So you want to be sure to study these terms and be familiar with them, okay? How they're spelled, the accent marks, articles, if you want to say the or a, el, or un. And you only have 10 minutes to complete the quiz. Okay. So again, the dialogue 1 will be due on January 18th, which is Wednesday. Dialogue 2 on January 22nd. And you will be hearing from me, or by the time you see this, you should have heard from me as to who your partner or partners are. Okay. So here again, it's just a review, and I think this is a little bit too, we got this equals this, so I may start deleting these lectura, tarea, and quiz. Okay. Quiz in Blackboard. Okay, if you click on that link, you will see where the link to take the quiz. It's not up there yet. Okay. There's a reminder that this vocabulary quiz is based on words associated with health from page 31. You only get 1 attempt, 10 minutes, and you want to make sure that you have the accent marks on there. Okay. If I go back, online oral dialogue 1 and 2. So if I go to 1, you'll see where it gives you some information. Okay. Basically, these are designs to do them completely online. Okay. And you can do them using Screencastify, Screencast-O-Matic, with Skype, for example. If you're savvy and you can figure out with Google Hangouts, what you want to make sure that you do is that you have a video where both of you can be seen and both of you can be heard. Okay? I also give the rubricas, okay, how you're graded on this assignment. And you want to make sure that this is not read. You haven't prepared a script out ahead of time to read, nor should it be memorized. You want to try to make it as natural sounding as possible. Now, diálogo uno is a diálogo entre un paciente y un enfermero. So you have a patient and a nurse. And so your dialogue is going to be actually pretty short. You're going to imagine that you are a patient speaking to a nurse. You'll use the expressions you learned on pages 2 through 5, keeping in mind the appropriate use of titles that were found on page 6 through 8 of your textbook. In your conversation, your dialogue, you'll have appropriate greetings. Remember that they are formal. Introductions, the name, nice to meet you, how are you doing, and then you'll say goodbye. And it's going to be a very short conversation. But you will do this 2 times. You and your partner will do it once. The second time you will switch roles. So hopefully that is clear. Online dialogue 2. Again, you have some general instructions. This dialogue is diálogo entre un nutricionista y un paciente diabético. So here we have the nutritionist and a diabetic. And again, you want to make sure that you have a video of this in which both you and your partner can be seen and both you and your partner can be heard. Okay? One of my suggestions, because Screencast-O-Matic works so well, would be to Skype with Screencast-O-Matic. Okay. And what I like about Screencast-O-Matic is that you can automatically upload it to your YouTube account. Because for both dialogues 1 and 2, you will be copying your YouTube link, and that's what you're going to be placing in the assignment. So, just like the first dialogue, you're running through it twice. Each one playing the nutritionist, one playing the diabetic, and then switch roles the second time around. And in your dialogue, you'll have appropriate greetings, you'll have introductions, you know, the niceties, nice to meet you, and the nutritionist wants to ask the diabetic his or her name and how she spells his or her first and last name. So we have a review of the alphabet here, what he or she likes to eat, and how he or she is feeling today. And then you'll close that part of your conversation. Okay? So hopefully that's clear. And so that's what you have in Semana 2. Please let me know, as always, if you have any questions. Gracias.